For Saturday's rematch between Usyk and Fury, Turkey LL Sheikh says for the first time ever, an AI-powered judge will monitor the fight free from bias and human error, brought to you by The Ring magazine. This groundbreaking experiment, which won't impact official results, debuts during the biggest fight of the century, Usyk versus Fury, on December 21st. Some of the metrics the AI judge will display are aggression of the fighters, as well as the landed punches and the impact of those landed punches. Waldo Cortez Acosta is going to fight Ryan Spann on March 15th. Ryan Spann is coming off a win over OSP, and Waldo Cortez Acosta is coming off a victory over Robles de Spain. Robles de Spain is fighting this Thursday in Karate Combat. He's taking on Dominic Jędrzejczyk. Super heavyweight fight. Tall guy, 6'7", 6'11", is going to be over 600 pounds in that Karate Combat pit in Miami. Jarno Aaron's no longer in the UFC. He signs with Levels Fight League. He's an exciting fighter, good striker. Jack Jenkins going to be taking on Gabriel Santos on February 8th. He'll have his home nation crowd behind him in Sydney, Australia. The assumption was Jack Della Maddalena would be on that card in Australia and possibly take on Kamaru Usman, but it looks unlikely. JDM versus Usman is not happening at UFC 312, and unfortunately, there's a good chance JDM will not be on that pay-per-view at all. They could do Usman versus Buckley, then that's the fight that Buckley wants. He just moved up to number 6 and wants to take on number 3 Usman. Number 5 ranked Sean Brady also needs a fight. In the meantime, he's going to do Fury grappling December 28th against Richie Martinez. But Brady tells Ariel Helwani that the fight he's eyeing is Leon Edwards March 22nd in London. That's when Leon Edwards wants to compete next as well. Former UFC fighter Martin Held is competing on this KSW card on Friday. KSW has developed a lot of talent for the UFC, like Dricus du Plessis, former middleweight champ in KSW, and the UFC, Blachowicz, former KSW light heavyweight champ, also a light heavyweight champ in the UFC, Ola Sejic, Karolina Kovacevic, a former women's strawweight champion in KSW, and Gamrot, a former KSW lightweight champion. Gamrot wants to fight Paddy Pimblett on the 22nd of March in London. Gamrot is ranked number 8 in the lightweight division, and Paddy Pimblett is ranked number 13. Ramazan Tamirov likely fighting Charles Johnson on March 1st in the flyweight division. Ramazan Tamirov fights with crazy aggression. He's had one fight in the UFC, a first-round knockout over CJ Vergara. He has a lot of first-round knockouts on his record, including his last 5 victories. It would be a really good fight. Charles Johnson is ranked number 12 and has won 4 in a row. Miranda Maverick says she's dealing with a pretty severe concussion from the back of the head strikes in my fight with Jamie Lynn Horth over the weekend at UFC Tampa.
Honestly, in the first round when illegal blows hit, the second one that landed did knock me for a loop, but I'm not going to use that as a full excuse. It was just a bad performance all the way around.
But she got the victory and got into the rankings in the number 15 position at flyweight. Conor McGregor says he's in talks to box in India against Logan Paul in an exhibition match. It rubs Matt Frevola the wrong way. Tired of seeing the Paul brothers make all the money in this industry for fake fights against legends of combat sports. Exhibition fight equals fixed fight in my eyes. Frevola's coming off a loss to Fares Ziem in September. He was knocked out with a big knee.
You know what that means? Licking my chops. Come on, bring them to me.
A potential boxing bout between Logan and Conor McGregor has even money on the betting lines for Bovado. Arnold Allen and Brian Ortega, those are the 2 names that Aljamain Sterling is interested in fighting next. Sterling is number 9, Allen is number 7, Ortega is number 6. If Ortega migrates to the 155-pound division, then that just leaves Allen for Sterling, who he wants to fight. Sterling is questioned why he didn't call out Yair Rodriguez, and Sterling says it's because he has a fight, I was told. If that fight is with Arnold Allen, that messes up Sterling's plans. Allen did want to fight Yair Rodriguez because Yair's ahead of him in the rankings. If they do fight, it'd probably be at the end of March. Arnold Allen wants to fight March 22nd in London. Yair Rodriguez is going to want to fight in Mexico City a week later, March 29th. Ariel Helwani questions if Dana White was talking about Logan Paul versus Conor McGregor when he said this over the weekend.
I anticipate Ovada, big fights. I got something in the works right now. I'll drive you crazy. All you guys will be running around. I got something in the works that you will never can see coming for 2025. That literally started to come together last night, and yeah, we got some fun stuff coming up.
Maria Agapova says that she's back on the streets again because she didn't make much money fighting this year, and her fight this month in Bare Knuckle FC got canceled. And she says she won't do OnlyFans. Only Marina Moroz will do that out of desperation. Marina Moroz fought in March, lost a split decision to Joanne Wood. Joanne Wood retired after that fight. UFC confirms Curtis versus Kopylov, as well as Aliyah versus Ashmuz for the January 11th card. That's the next UFC card, fight night card at the UFC Apex, which is headlined by Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Ribas Part 2. There's 12 fights confirmed for the Saudi Arabia card on February 1st. Adesanya versus Amavov is the main event. Magomedov versus Michael Venom Page is the co-main event. You also got Alice Guerra versus Muniv Pavlovich versus Rosenstruik at heavyweight. Nurmagomedov versus Oliveira, that's going to be a fun fight. Jazz Davicius versus Myra Bueno Silva will be entertaining as well. Gaziev Peterson in a heavyweight contest. Abdallah Wahab versus Pogues also at heavyweight. Damir Hadzovic versus Terrence McKinney. Naimov versus Offley. Jordan Levitt versus Abdul Karim Al-Sawadi. And Lucas Alexander versus Bogdan Grad. Definitely a lot better than the average card at the UFC Apex, but they do tend to bring a lot of good cards to Saudi Arabia, even if they're fight nights. Derek Brunson's unpopular take is that Khamzat Chimaev versus Joaquin Buckley is a toss-up. I don't know about that, but they're doing well in their respective divisions. Joaquin Buckley is on the verge of breaking into the top 5, and Khamzat is near a title shot at 185. Brunson last competed last month against Rodolfo Vieira and lost via arm triangle at ADXC7 grappling in a light heavyweight contest in Brazil. Former UFC fighter Humberto Bandenay is competing in the main event of this card on Thursday. Also competing on the card is Ignacio Bahamondes, his 16-year-old brother. He's undefeated at 5-0. He tells me if he wins on Thursday, he's looking to get into the UFC. The youngest fighter ever to get into the UFC was Raul Rosas Jr. at 17, won on the Contender Series, and they gave him a contract.
It's always incredible to me, the internet, how wild it is. Like complete strangers that don't know me whatsoever, and they have the complete nerve to criticize me, insult me, even question my manhood. Like, chill out, guys. I lost a sanctioned bout with a referee and judges and gloves following a rule set. I lost a sanctioned bout by decision. I don't have a scratch on me. It's not real life, guys. It's a sport. And you're gonna question my manhood, like in reality, in the outside world, in real life. You try that.
Jake, chill. Why are you trying to bully civilians, man? Why? I see you beating up people at the gym. That's okay. He's a fighter. But why are you bullying? Why are you bullying Ariel Helwani, man? Why? You know that Ariel Helwani is never gonna fight you. You know Ariel Helwani is a civilian. He's a reporter. Why are you doing? You thirsty? Are you thirsty? You let me know.
Former Bellator fighter Christian Edwards tells me he's taking on former UFC fighter Jake Collier in the main event of this card, January 18th, Shamrock FC. A couple Shamrock FC veterans won over the weekend in the main event. Joaquin Buckley, as well as Sean Woodson, who got a nice knockout over Fernie Padilla at UFC Tampa.